So welcome back. In this part, we'll be working on chapter 12, problems. I just grabbed the solutions file so we can see the correct answers. This problems set has 30 questions, and in the test, what we are likely to have in the test are these questions that actually start from 9 and also number 1. So number 1, question number 1, and also 9 plus. Okay, so why are we then studying questions 2 through 8? Because you have to, as a person who is getting this education, you have to know how to calculate all these that we studied in chapter 12, right? And this part, Aztec electronics example. So you should be able to do this in Excel. Remember, we were talking about solving equations and they got tedious, especially finding the roots of this equation. Marginal revenue equals marginal cost. Look at this one, right? And I told you, well, you can do this easily in Excel. So let's work on these questions. All right. So we are starting from question 2. Monopoly Part 1, questions 2-7 refer to the following, which are adapted from the examples in section 12.6 of Thomas' textbook, our textbook. Aztec Electronics possesses substantial monopoly power in the market for advanced wireless headphones. Q is the quantity of headphone sets, and the manager knows that the total fixed cost is $270,000. And manager has estimated the average variable cost curve. So this is 28 is A cost. This is B cost, C cost, right? And these numbers are the same as the book. And the market operates substantially as a monopoly. The firm has estimated the following demand functions. We talked about this, remember? And this is the estimated form. So the A is 41,000, B is negative 500, C is here, C is 0.6, and D is negative 22.5. M is the average annual income of buyers. We're currently $45,000. Average price of stereo tuners, which are currently, these are the related goods, $800. So we're given these numbers, right? We are going to learn how to derive these curves. So if you look at this blue line, this is your demand curve and inverse demand curve, and then you have red one, marginal revenue. Then this is your SMC. The maroon one is SMC, marginal cost. This orange one here is average variable cost. And then what else do we have? We have average fixed cost. We really don't use it. And then average total cost, purple one. Okay, so we have all the information we need. We're going to learn how to draw this, and then the second question is, what is the average variable cost when firm produces 5,000 headsets? Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and go to this. This is called ECON 5315, chapter 12, problems, Excel file. Okay, so this is the empty one. We're going to fill this up. So I filled in this, prepared it. A is given 41,000, B is negative 500, C 0.6, D 22.5. What else we're given? We are given the total fixed cost. All right, so you have A cost, B cost, C cost. Okay, there you have marginal cost parameters. We'll look at that because all the formulas, everything is given here. Let me format this cell. And we're going to do alignment, shrink to fit. Okay. All right. So all the formulas, I put them here. So don't get overwhelmed. We're going to calculate everything because everything is defined. So first of all, in the question, we are given average annual income of people, 45,000. So I'm going to enter that. Also, price of related good PR is 800. So I'm going to enter that as well. Okay, next, let's calculate A prime. A prime is defined here, right? A prime is A, so I'll put the equal sign, grab A, plus, okay, C is here, times M is here, plus, okay, you have D times D10 times PR 800. Okay, so basically I just created A prime. All right, next step, I'm going to create capital A, which is negative. So I put equal sign, negative. I would like to open parentheses, A prime divided by B is here, negative 500. Yes. All right, so this is 100. And capital B is 1 over B. So it's going to be 1 divided by B. And we now created actually capital A and B. So I'm going to copy these here. Okay. So A, copy it. And then this is where we create 2 times B. Why did I do 2 times B? Because look at the marginal revenue formula. It's A plus 2 times B. So I'm just creating really clear inputs so that we can include them in there. We can make our calculations easier. So SMC looks like this. Look at the SMC. A cost plus 2B cost Q plus 3C cost. Okay. So then I have A cost. I want to calculate 2. This is supposed to be B. That's a typo. 2B cost, 3C cost. Okay, so this is just simply copying A cost equals 2 times B cost, and then you have 3 times C cost. Okay, so these are the SMC parameters that we're going to use. Because I can actually calculate this whole table. So we are going to look at cost and demand function marginal revenue for a range of quantities. Okay, output range from 0 to 10,000 increases by 500 units. Let's get started with SMC. Okay, SMC formula. The formula is given here. Okay, you don't need to memorize these because there's no point. So the formula says, I'm going to open this up first. So we see the full formula. SMC is here A cost, okay, equal. I'm going to pick A cost. SMC equal A cost. Grab this one. So what I want is I want this A cost to be constant value. Therefore, to fix it, put dollar signs before the letter and the number, okay? So you'll see why this will be very useful soon. Plus, right? Actually, let's grab it from here. 2B cost, okay? 2B cost. I am going to actually put dollar signs here too to fix this. So always grabs it from there. Times quantity, I'm going to grab from here, and I'm not going to fix the values because I want quantity to change. And plus 3C cost, you see it here. So I'm going to go here. Okay, 3C cost. I grabbed A cost from here, but this one is the same anyways. Alright, I'm going to fix this by putting dollar signs before the letter and the number. Times quantity raised to the power 2. Okay, so this whole thing is the correct marginal cost formula. So I'm going to touch the corner, double click. Check this out. Marginal cost first goes down, and here it starts going back up, J-shaped. Okay, average fixed cost. So average fixed cost is total fixed cost divided by quantity. So I have total fixed cost here in the cell. Let me show you. $207,000. So we're going to again fix this cell because I want this constant value to be divided by quantity. So the first value will be undefined because you're trying to divide something with 0. So we're going to put a dash instead of that. But as you can see, average fixed cost starts from high level and keeps going down. We'll get to total cost later. But let's work on average variable cost. So I'm going to open up this formula, right? What it looks like. Okay. So average variable cost. I'm going to make this a little smaller. All right. So average variable cost reads as equal A cost. Grab it. Fix it. fix the value that we grab using dollar signs plus B. We don't want these numbers to change, but we only want quantity to change, times quantity, okay, plus C cost, right? Just fix this C cost parameter with dollar signs times quantity raised to the power 2. Don't forget that. So average variable cost is 28. Then look at that. It goes down all the way down to 21.75. Then it climbs back up. So if you look at this, the graph is not okay. So check this out, right? So this is my marginal cost, average variable cost, and I have average fixed cost so far. Let's see what else we got. Okay, the price. All right, so it's pretty easy to get the inverse demand function. It says here it's A plus BQ. Okay, cool. So equal sign, where's my A? I calculated A plus BQ. So first one is here, A, right? I want to fix this too because I don't want it to change as I pull down the formula. Plus B on D16, again, fix this cell times quantity, okay? So if you try to charge $100, you sell nothing. If you charge $99, 500 is sold. If you charge $80, for instance, you sell 10,000 units, okay? So marginal revenue is similar to price. So I'm going to copy this formula, but I'm going to change something. So I have, right, A, which is D15 plus, you can either multiply this by 2 times B times quantities right here, okay? So again, marginal revenue and inverse demand function, they start at the same point, but marginal revenue after that is always less than the demand, okay? So we did those. I'm going to clear the highlight of these cells. All right. Total cost. We're going to get to the total cost in a second. All right. So next, I need to work on, so let's make this smaller too. I need to work on total cost. But again, first we're going to work on total variable cost. Total variable cost looks like this. Okay. So what I'm going to do, this looks like, average variable cost. I'm going to copy this, paste here, but I need to adjust a couple of things. Instead of G22, I need to grab this quantity here. So make sure you grab the right column, okay? But after that also, there's supposed to be here, there's supposed to be Q. So A cost times Q, right? C22 plus B cost Q raised to the power 2, C cost Q raised to the power 3. So just adjust it or write from 0. Alright, so total variable cost looks like this. Then I can calculate total cost. Total cost is going to be very easy. Total variable cost plus your total fixed cost is fixed. So you need to put dollar signs so that you always grab this $270,000. So look, even if you produce nothing, your total cost is $270,000, which is your total fixed cost, okay? Pull this all the way down. Total cost goes all the way, it surpasses $1 million. Okay, so now I can calculate average total cost. So total cost divided by quantity, okay? And I can't because quantity is 0, so I'm going to put a dash here, but all the other values are correct. So what are my profit? Okay, let's take a look at the profit. Profit is, right, price minus average total cost. So I'm going to put these in parentheses. times quantity. So because quantity here is 0, again, we're going to get error, which is fine. But if we're producing nothing, what is my profit? It's going to be equal negative of actually your total fixed cost. Okay, so your profit will be negative of total fixed cost. So you can actually format the cell. You don't have to, but you can do format cells and turn this into a accounting, and yeah, make it profit, right? So if it is in parentheses, that's a loss. If it is a regular number outside parentheses, that is actually your positive profit. Okay, so this is elasticity. Let's calculate elasticity and learner's index. Okay, learner index. So oops, okay, elasticity is B. Where is my little b? B is up here. Grab this number. Okay, so I'm going to fix this. Put $sign. I don't want this to change. Times, right? Times, open parentheses, price divided by quantity. So for the first unit, again, we're gonna get issue here. That's fine. Go here in the corner, double click, and we can calculate elasticity here. Look, elasticity changes, negative number as expected. Learner index. So this is price minus marginal cost divided by price, open parentheses, price minus SMC, right? Close parentheses, divided by your price again. Okay, so this can actually change. So we're not gonna, this is going to change across different numbers. So we're not gonna fix this number. So as you can see, learner index turns also even negative at some point. But the larger it is, the more market power you have. Just remember that. Okay, so where are we at? So what we did is basically all the way up to this point, we generated this graph. It's super impressive, right? So this graph has been generated. So the next question is, what's the average variable cost when firm produces 5,000 headphone sets? Great, let's go. So we want production to be 5,000. So I'm going to pick this line. Okay. So what's the average variable cost? Is 28. So I'm going to do equal, right? Where is it? This cell. 5,000. Enter. That's it. So next step, next question, right? 28. Boom. What's the marginal cost when the firm produces 3,000 headphone sets? Again, super easy. 3,000 headphone sets, boom, quantity 3,000, highlighted. What's the marginal cost? So it's 25 right there, equals, you can just put, boom. So what I do is I organize these answers. So question number 4. What's the profit maximizing quantity and approximate profit when quantity is produced? So profit maximizing quantity is where marginal revenue is equal to marginal cost. That's all we're looking for. So I'm going to go to this table, marginal cost. So I want to see when marginal cost is equal to marginal revenue. Okay, so 25.88, nope. 82.42, nope. 63 something. Oh, okay, I got it. It's here. When you produce 6,000 units, you actually are producing profit maximizing level. So I'm gonna put this here, right? And then copy this. So I'm going to calculate everything. I don't remember. It was asking me profits. So copy this cell. Okay, so we're going to copy this cell, control copy right here. Okay, let's see if it's gonna work. No, it didn't work, but okay. So I can just simply copy the whole thing, including profit, and paste it as values. Okay, paste as values. So I'm just gonna paste. So the profit is going to be, let's enlarge this so we see the number. Okay, so your profit is $54,000 and you're supposed to produce 6,000 units. There you go. Okay, next question. What's the firm's price elasticity of demand at the profit maximizing quantity of output? What's the learner index? I keep saying learners, but it's learner index at this level. So we are trying to figure out what's the elasticity and the learner index at 6,000 level of output, which is super easy. 6,000, go all the way down. Right, here's my elasticity, M34, and N34 is my learner index at this level of optimal level of output. So it's equal to M36, I believe. I messed it up. It is M34. Okay, M34, and then next one is going to be N34. Okay, so that's the learner. I'm just basically copying and pasting. You can just look at the number here. Boom, it's here. Okay, so let's check those answers out. Negative 7.33, 0.14, and the correct answer is right here, negative 7.33, 0.14. Next, suppose that the firm sets price to $96 per headphone set. What's the quantity approximate current profit? Cool, so the price is 96. Let's go check out the price column. It's here, 96. I'm gonna grab a different color. It's just really okay. So price is 96, quantity is 2,000. So it's right here, 2,000. So I'm gonna copy everything. Why not? Just to get the thing. Copy, and I'm going to paste as number, values. Boom. Okay, so right here, right? Escape. So the question is 2,000 units are produced, right? Price is 96, 2,000 units are produced, and the profit, that looks like the only option. Let's check it out. 2,000 units are produced at $96 and profits are, yes, negative $122,000. Next question. What's the revenue maximizing quantity, approximate revenue when this total revenue when this quantity is produced? So far we have done profit maximization. Now it's asking us to maximize total revenue. That means take the first derivative of total revenue, which is marginal revenue, and equalize it to 0. That's exactly what you should do. So what's marginal revenue? Marginal revenue is A plus, let's make this bigger. Marginal revenue is A plus 2B capital Q equal to 0, right? And Q is going to be here now, A, negative A over 2B. So Q, negative A. Let's grab A. It's here. And negative A divided by 2 times B is right here, capital B. Boom. Oops. Yes. Okay, so what are we supposed to produce? We are supposed to produce 25,000 units. Okay, so I don't have 25,000 units here, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to copy the price formula, paste it, but I am going to grab quantity from here. That's the price we should be charging. Let's see. Okay, $50. And what's total revenue here? Again, you have your total revenue, actually I don't need any other information. Total revenue is price times quantity. So quantity times price. Your total revenue is going to be $1,250,000. So that's it. That's right here, 25,000, $1,250,000. So question 8, the same thing. Suppose that everything is the same as in questions 2 through 7, but annual income of buyers has now changed to $28,000 due to more pessimistic forecast. Remember in the previous question, I'm going back, it was $45,000. Now it's gone down to $28,333. So we're going to go to Monopoly 2 window. However, because everything else is the same, I'm going to do Control A, copy. I'm going to just paste the whole thing in a new worksheet. So I just did that, right? So the only thing that's different is this 45,000. So it's not 45,000 anymore. I'm going to copy this one. Copy. Plug in place of 45,000. Look, everything has changed. Interesting. So what I'm going to do, these belong to the previous question. I'm going to get rid of this. So what is the current question, right? It's going to ask me probably for the optimal level of output. So I'm going back to the question. What's the profit maximizing quantity and approximate profit when this quantity is produced? Okay, this is interesting and it's not that hard at all. These are the solutions, by the way. I just mistakenly clicked on the key. Okay, so Monopoly 2, I'm supposed to calculate, right, for question 8, quantity and everything. Actually, the question is only asking me for the profit, so I'm not going to go try to calculate everything. I just need quantity and also I need profit. But if I find quantity, I'm good to go. So I'm going to the end, I'm going to the key document. In the key document, this is the formula I was mentioning, you guys. Do you remember? Like, it's a quadratic formula. You need to solve it. So here is the formula. This is the right answer. So I'm going to copy this formula because there's no way we can memorize it. I'm actually going to paste it on a separate Word file and I'm going to escape from the key file. I'm going to the regular Excel file and I'm going to grab this copy because actually all the values are in the same place. So you copy this formula. So your optimal level of quantity is 5,281. So if you copy all this, right, from the upper one and just paste it here, it's going to grab this quantity. So you generated actually the values for this example exactly for the optimal level when now the income level has gone down. Okay, so you should be producing 5,281 units and your total profit will be 59,000. So right here, folks, this is the correct answer. So I'm going to show you the generated graph. Shows similar shapes for curves, but what happened is that this demand curve shifted in, okay, compared to the previous one. And this is what we do. As you can see, there's not much memorization. The most important thing is to have this nice planned document. So I'm going to save this, and this is pretty much it, folks. Okay, these questions won't be directly in the test because in the test we don't do Excel solutions, but you have to know this as an MBA student and as a future manager.